Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Here we go. Your dial set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We're delighted you're here. And we're broadcasting 2 hours from the Missouri Ozark Mountains. If you'd like to call us, we'd be delighted to pay for the call. 866-582-9933. 866-582-9933. And we have a listen line. And if you'd like to listen to USAPrepares.com on your phone, 605-477-3249. 605-477-3249. Aaron's engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. Captain John Ragan's with us. Welcome, Captain John Ragan.
Good morning, Vincent.
Good morning, John Ragan. So, John, very quickly, I wanted to share that I went to a gun show over the weekend. It was a pretty large one. It was in Tulsa. I got a chance to, I was invited to join a couple of our instructors there, and instructors from the West Coast, and it was really, really nice to see them and have a meal with them. And I'll tell you what I saw. It was a really, really large gun show. Attendance, according to the exhibitors, attendance was down 40% from last year. Down 40%. Now, it's a really large gun show. 11 acres under roof. 11 acres of guns and ammunition and gun-related items. 11 acres under roof. The attendance was down 40% from last year. And what I noticed was prices were high, really high. And I also noticed that very few people were walking around with their purchases. So what I'm used to seeing at a gun show is lines to get in, which I saw, but a short line, really short. The line was maybe 30 seconds. And I saw some people, but it didn't seem like it was as packed as it should be. And very few people, as a percentage of what I'm used to, were carrying around their purchases. That was very, very surprising to me. So that's what I saw at the gun show. Oh, one other thing I saw. We went out to get a bite to eat after the show, and the line to get into the restaurant was about 45 minutes long. And a lot of people were outside sitting on the benches because there just wasn't enough room inside to wait. So what happened? They're sitting on the benches looking at their phones. And I would say this little group that I looked at must have been maybe 20 people. All but one was looking down at his or her phone, sitting on the bench. Unbelievable. Totally oblivious to everything going on, looking down at their phone. It's a great opportunity to chat with people that you haven't met before. You sit down next to someone, how's it going? I mean, I did that for the entire gun show. I talked to people I had no idea who they were. Just give them a big smile and talk, and you make some new friends. John Ragan?
I posted a link to an AT&T commercial where, you know, everything in the house is falling around the people, but so long as they got internet, everything's just fine. And it seems like that's just a parody of real life now. Everything is falling apart around people, And so long as they have internet, they're just off in la la land.
I'm going to share a rumor. I don't normally do this. Here it goes. I heard a rumor that, not at this show, that there might have been some modification to primers that are used for cartridges. So what you have is, most people might call them, not us, but we would call them cartridges, but people outside of our class might call them bullets. Well, there's the shell casing, call it the brass casing. Then there's a primer in there in the end, and when that primer is struck quickly and hard, it ignites, and then it ignites the powder in the cartridge, and that powder burns and causes high pressures, which push the projectile, which is the bullet, out from the brass and down the barrel. Well, there's this rumor that primers have been modified such that they become, I'm trying to think of a proper word, less likely to go off when they're supposed to. So if you're a reloader and you buy primers and you put these primers in these cartridges and you have them for 2 years, some of them may not discharge properly or at all. And what that would mean is that you'd have cartridges that you could not rely upon. So let's say you had 100 cartridges that you've reloaded and 1 out of 5 doesn't go off right. What would you do with them? Would you count on them to defend your life? Hardly, right? So now what do we do with these things? We expect that if we put a cartridge in our handgun or our rifle, that when we squeeze that trigger, that it's going to go off. This is a concern. So I just, as I met people who were in the reloading arena at the show, I asked them, so I heard this rumor. After I talked to them for a few minutes and we gained some rapport, what do you think? Is that possible? One guy says, no way, impossible. They, whoever they are, would never do that. No way. Talked to another guy, absolute expert in reloading, came from another country, an oppressed country where they had to be really clever. And he was selling some primers. I said the same thing to him. He said, oh yeah, it's true. It's true. So the thought is sometime around the beginning of this year is when they turned on this improved primer, where that it's less stable over the long run, and it may not go off properly. So the question is it true? I don't know. I would love to know if any of you have heard this. Please give us a call. What can you confirm it? Can you deny it? And how do you know? We won't ask your name. Well, we'll ask your name, but you can make up any name you want. I'd like to know what you think. So I saw the lack of money, John, at this show. People who normally, here's what used to happen. Someone would go to someone looking to buy something from a vendor at a gun show, go to the table and say, wow, this is really neat. How much is this? And that person the buyer would pick it up. The seller would say, here's how much it is. And the buyer had a couple seconds to think about it, yes or no. And if the buyer put it down, the guy next to him would grab it and say, I'll take it. That's the way it used to be. In a lot of instances. Not all of them, but what I'm saying is there were buyers for everything. That was not the case what I saw. It's not the case at all. Yesterday and the day before, people were looking at items and saying, well, I'll think about it. Which really meant I don't think, I think the price is too high and I'm not going to do it. And they'd walk away. That's what I saw. So, John, what's on the class schedule for today?
Oh, boy. First, let me talk about something that's not on the schedule. I had talked about the secret space program, which was held just over 2 weeks ago. And I bought the videos, and Sunday morning when I was, working on the show prep, a lot of times what I'll normally do is I'll put something on and listen to it in the background while I'm doing my work. And I picked up this one. I hadn't heard of the guy, Walter Bosley. He's also a former Air Force officer, worked in the AFOSI, that's the Air Force Office of Special Investigations. So he knows how to track things down. And his talk was about origins, the emergence of the breakaway civilization, which is something that Doc Ram has talked about a little bit too. And this presentation was so fact-filled and just jaw-dropping that I had to stop doing everything else I was doing just to listen to it. And as much as I'd like to get into some details on that, I'll tease you a little bit, and if we have time at the end of the show, we'll get into more. But this gets back to before the Civil War, and it involves Germans in the western United States with aircraft, airships. These are not balloons. They're actual aircraft of some type. Some of the drawings even look bell-shaped, which suggests that they were working on an early version of what's known as the Nazi Bell of the Third Reich. At the time, this is the Second Reich. And some of these craft were demonstrated apparently for President Lincoln and his war secretary, and he had got Congress to approve research into it, and the Secretary of War abruptly canceled that, and the opinion is that this became the first Black Ops project because those projects disappeared from sight. And I'll talk about that briefly a little bit more when we get back.
Captain John Ragan's with us, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. And if you'd like to follow along in class today with us, you can go to thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, click on the news tab, and certainly consider his book. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I have an important message. Right now, the highest levels of government are struggling against an inevitable crisis, but they're about to lose control. When this happens, it will rip our country apart in ways you never imagined, from where we shop to the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. A few years ago, I warned that the housing prices would collapse. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash, and they did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all. I've posted a free video at dollardownfall.com. Maybe you'll disagree with my conclusions, but first you need to watch this video and see the facts for yourself. You can watch the video for free right now by going to $downfall.com. Again, that's $downfall.com.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATIarmor.com. Come and take it.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Captain John Ragan's with us. John, please continue.
He early in his presentation, he talked about this organization in Germany, and he had to elaborate on what was going on at the time, translate the words, and try and update the verbiage. And it came up to something very close to what we have in America today, known as NASA. And of course, anybody that's listened to us and knows after World War II, we had a number of Nazi scientists come over and were heavily involved in our space program. But this goes back, like I say, it starts before the Civil War. There's a lot more after the Civil War and before the turn of the century. So we're talking about late 19th century. The documentation suggests they had craft that could travel 1,000 miles in 8 hours. It also suggests that they had early anti-grav technology, and this was like 1897, still a few years before the Wright brothers. So you can just try to imagine what they could do with decades of research with that type of technology. And when you start overlaying that with the information we got from Doc Ram, where he went into the vault and found this document about a joint U.S.-Soviet mission to Mars in the early 60s, it's mind-blowing, but it's certainly fitting more of what's being uncovered today. And you start overlaying all the players in history in this time frame, and I started doing some of that, and it's very interesting. I'm having to resist getting in there because there's so many other things that, is a matter of life or death for us today But in just, looking at the Second Reich, and there's even a connection to Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid with their move to South America, which is very close to where the escapees from the Third Reich went. And it's also very far south, not that far from Antarctica, which again gets into, a Nazi connection that Doc Rams brought up for us. And then I look at, but there's a lot of similarities between Lincoln and Kennedy, and even just the ones that normal history talks about are rather amazing. And I don't think either of them were assassinated for just one reason. And you can look at what's going on with currency, what was going on with control of the country. And when you overlay this technology, Lincoln was aware of this technology, and this joint mission would have occurred during Kennedy's watch, and they both end up dead. It's a fascinating look, and this is that there's a number of other presenters, and I wish I had time just to sit down and watch everything all at once. I'll watch them as I can and present it, but again, there's just so much more. And I also wanted to report on, we talked about a few weeks ago, Spur, Texas is encouraging people to come to their small town for small housing. And the costs are fairly low, but I wasn't familiar with that part of Texas, so didn't get to this last week, but not this past Saturday, the Saturday before, Becky and I decided, let's just go out, get some new scenery, which we hadn't done in a long time, and just check this place out. So we head out there, and I chose a U.S. highway route going out and save the interstate for coming back. And once we get back from this break, I'll tell you what I found about that.
So John and Becky went to Spur, Texas to look at a village with small houses and a small town. I'm interested, John. And also, when we come back, can you tell us about the Secret Space program? How do we find out more information about that? We'll be right back.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
I want to be able to smoke inside, cut down on cigarettes, jog without wheezing, be kissable, and save money.
Then you want LeSig e-cigarettes. Get the highest quality, best tasting vaping experience on the market with unmatched customer service from LeSig. And right now, gobble up this deal. Buy $30 worth of any products and get a starter kit for only $5. Use code SK at checkout. But hurry, offer good only until Thanksgiving at LeSig.com. LeCig.com. Kick some ash with LeSig.
Hi, this is Sophie Winnick, longtime distributor and user of Youngevity products. In the last few years, my family went through a crisis. Everything else in my life, including my business, had to be put on the back burner. Thankfully, life is getting back to normal now, but the one thing I never had to worry about was my business and my monthly commission. I've been a distributor for Youngevity for over 17 years, since before it was Youngevity, and I've got to say the most amazing thing about this company is the people. While my family was in crisis, other distributors stepped in and helped my customers, simply because that's what Youngevity people do, even for people they don't know. For me, it has never been about getting rich. It was about a product I could stand behind, a company I could count on, and a monthly commission check that has never not once been late in 17 years. Youngevity is truly a business for everyone, even people who have too much to do. I'm Sophie Winnick. I'm just like you. I have a real life, real ups and downs, but I know I will always have Youngevity.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Captain John Ragan's with us. And John, I had a question about the secret space program. If we want to buy what you bought, what did you buy and how much does it cost?
Okay. And let me give you, reminder, especially for people that weren't listening on October 25th. The conference started Halloween, October 31st, November 1st. It was near Austin, Texas. And we talked about that on the October 25th show, and there is a link to Secret Space. Let me get to the link again. secretspaceprogram.org. And that link, along with 4 posts from
I'm there right now. Secret Space Program 2015, live streams and attendees of the conference. Okay.
Yeah, and there's two options. You can get. Well, you can buy. Actually, I guess there's more than 2. You can go for individual presentations. There were 10 presentations and 2 roundtables. To view them individually is $4. To be able to download is $5. However, you can do a rent all, which is $30. You have 1 year to watch all of that. If you'd like to be able to download that adds $10 to the price, $40. You can download and watch anytime you want.
Okay. Do you have a contact there?
I don't have a contact. I wish I could have gone. There are people there like Jim Mars, Catherine Austin Fitz. Would have really liked to talk to them, especially I got Walter Bosley off to the side. But again, back to I had a section called Space on my resources for October 25th, and it has the link for secretspaceprogram.org, and it has the 4 posts done by Dave Hodges on what his dad told him about UFOs, ETs, Nazi scientists, and the like. Dave was not at the Secret Space Program conference, but and what he's got is more modern. Like I say, it helps you understand some of what's gone on. And like I said, I had to start going through history. I went back and looked up Karl Marx, who was active at this time, and it looks like we already had the schism in Germany, because if you remember when the Nazis took power, the Nazis were called the socialists, and they didn't like the communists, which is Karl Marx, who is from Trier, Germany. And even beyond that, I don't think they were really socialist. I think they were more of a technocracy. And there's that. And then I had to look at theosophy, which is going on around the same time. And it gets to be a real fascinating study that I just wish I had time for. But unfortunately, with some of the events we've had over the last couple of weeks, I'm not even sure if I'd have time to track down information to study for once things go south and there's actually some time to do some research, because once things go down, we're not going to have the pleasure of all this online information available to us. And I guess, speaking of online information, I had also posted a link last week in the preparedness section called Chemistry Basics. And this comes from a post that Mike Adams did on Natural News. Points you to mathtutordvd.com, where you can get some free chemistry and math courses. And chemistry is one of those things that's going to be critical, because you can't just go down to the store and buy things if the supply chain's gone. You have to learn how to do a lot of things yourself, and this would at least get you some basic chemistry, especially if it's been years since you had any kind of chemistry. Would be a place to start that would only cost you your time.
John, I totally agree. I've been watching a series called The Nature of Earth, an Introduction to Geology, taught by Professor John J. Renton, West Virginia University. And there are a bunch of DVDs in this series, and there are a lot of lectures, 30 minutes apiece, brilliantly done. And it's about geology, but he says everything's chemistry. He's absolutely right. So I'm interested in learning everything about everything, and I'm interested in collecting books, because the information will be in the books. The things that I don't know about will be in those books that we have when I won't be able to get the books anymore. And that's my plan, and it has been for a long, long time, decades, collecting books. And I suggest that our class considers doing the same thing. So if you're planning on buying presents this Christmas, how about items that are durable and items that are educational? I met a couple guys over the weekend, and I really like these guys. They're from a company. They formed a company that makes targets and body armor. And I've invited them to be on the air with us. And we're going to talk about targets for rifles and handguns and how they work and what to consider when you want to buy one. And I said, I would really like to see, and I described a specific type of target for young people. The reason I'm mentioning this is I'm going to try to get them on Friday. They're in California, and they're driving back from, the Midwest to California, and they're in their truck. It's called StrikerTargets.com, STRIKER targets.com. And I asked them if they would build a target specifically for our class. And I described what I wanted to see. And this would be a target for a young person who's starting out with a .22 to be able to hit with confidence and then get progressively smaller and smaller and smaller. And then also have a target that you could add to this that you'd be able to shoot with, let's say a 9mm or a 45 or a 40 or a 10 caliber or a 38 or 357 or a 223 or 5.56 or a 308. So this target system will accommodate 22s for the young people in our lives, our children, our relatives who we want to train how to shoot, and take them all the way to a higher powered rifle. And we're going to try to do it for a little over $100, maybe $115. That's the plan. And I'm excited. We're going to talk about that. So, John, what I'm trying to say is that as we go into this Christmas season, please, please, please only buy things that are durable and things that will save your life. I'm talking about seeds. I'm talking about handguns. I'm talking about tools. I'm talking about books, clothing, underwear, socks, food, water filtration, everything you can think of to save your life. That's what I think we should do this. If we're going to buy Christmas presents, I'm not an advocate of buying Christmas presents because of Christmas. I think we've been taken over by the marketeers of the world, but I am interested in buying things that are durable. I'm always interested in doing that. John, do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't want to add there, but I do want to try and get through Spur before the break.
Sure.
Well, we headed out and kind of took a little bit more the back way there. Took some Texas highways up to a U.S. highway that's not a major one, but it's... And I started noticing some strange things once we got to the U.S. highway. First off, I noticed, hey, there's no mile markers. When's the last time you've been on a highway without mile markers?
Wow.
And there's also, there's no signage. No billboards, none of there's this at this exit type thing. In fact, a couple of times I had to cross lanes that I shouldn't have, although there was no traffic, so it wasn't a big deal, because there wasn't even a junction sign telling me the highway that I needed to turn on was, right here at this intersection.
Did you have GPS that you could tell where you were?
Yes, we did, but
did it work?
Well, we weren't really relying on that. We had directions that we were reading just to say, okay, here's the highway we want to turn on, and we weren't listening to a GPS.
Okay.
But we did refer to it from time to time.
Okay.
And passing through these small towns, it was kind of sad to see the shape they were in. And typically, the better buildings were the government buildings, banks, and medical centers. And when we get back, I'll tell you about what I saw when I got to Spur.
Okay, and Michael's on hold. Michael, you want to talk about targets? I'll tell you what. Why don't you call back after top of the hour, and we'll be able to talk about targets, or you can certainly hold on, whichever you choose. John Ragan and I will be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today. If you or someone you care about loves outdoor adventure, then check out slingbow.com for some unique holiday gift ideas. That's slingbow.com, where we have some innovative new products for the archer, hunter, or bow fishing enthusiast in your family. Now through January, use the promo code HOLIDAY to get free shipping in the US or Canada. And from all of us at Slingbow Industries, have a safe, joyous, and peaceful holiday season.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Then get on board with the Tax Admiral and let us steer your way to financial freedom.
The IRS is the largest collection agency in the world. They can freeze your bank accounts, seize your car, home, will garnish your paychecks and benefits.
Don't take on the IRS alone. I can fight for you using industry secrets that can help stop the IRS. I'll cut your penalties, slash your interest, and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company with over 30 years experience helping people clean up their mess with the IRS. And we have a 95% customer satisfaction rating.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, are facing an audit, a lien, or levy, then call me right away.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, There's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Captain John Ragan's with us. John, please continue. So you were on this road and no mile markers. Signs were absent. Did it feel like you were in the 1930s?
Almost. It was strange. And then I get to Spur, and there's none of the known franchises there. And in fact, probably the biggest store in town is an Allsup's, which is it's kind of like a small chain. I think they're just here in Texas, and they're not even near as fancy as some of the chains that you have there in the Ozarks. And I'm looking at this town, and if you don't care about the social stuff of the big city, it's pretty good. There's, obviously cities like Lubbock and Abilene that are, easily within driving distance. But if you're on Social Security, have limited income, you have limited resources, and you believe that the grid is going to be up for the rest of your life, this might not be a bad option. However, if you're one of those people, like me, that believes the grid's not going to be around, then this would not be such a good place to be, because without those utilities, it's going to be rough. The farms around the area are primarily cotton. So unless the farmers are raising a garden on their own, there's really no food production that I saw close by. Occasionally you would see some cows. One stretch I saw horses. These were race horses. But it is like a lot of West Texas. There's fewer trees and they're much smaller. So that if you had to, go to wood for heat, which would be your only alternative, and you went out about 20 miles that first winter, maybe you could make it through that first winter, but there would be nothing for you that second winter.
What you're talking about is firewood, right? You're talking about firewood.
Firewood. So, and that's cutting everything down ahead of time and, letting it dry out. If the grid goes down and you don't have firewood for that first winter already, you are probably not going to make it.
Yeah. And that really is a problem because, we don't want to cut trees down. As a matter of fact, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to take our backhoe out and pull a tree that's probably 100 years old that died and fell into a neighbor's pond. We're going to pull this 40-footer, 50, 60-footer out of the pond and then cut it up into firewood. It's all dead and there's no hope of fixing it. But, we're going to use it as firewood. But, if you keep cutting trees down in a farther and farther circle away from where you live, that's a real problem, because then the wind kicks up, then the sand kicks up, then the dust kicks up, and then you have things like dust storms.
Yeah, and when you think of trees, you're thinking of these things that you look up to. The trees here in West Texas, they're probably maybe 12 to 15 feet at most. So when you look up to them, and some of them are just barely taller than a person. So you don't have a lot of wood to begin with.
I consider those a nuisance when they pop up in the fields, and I mow them down with the mower. So to restore the fields. Well, seriously, we've reclaimed some fields that have those little saplings in them and 2 inches in diameter. And if that's what you're talking about, we just mow them right down. Okay, with a mower. Okay, we've got Michael in New York. Michael, stand by right after top of the hour news and commercial announcements. We'll get to you. And it looks like you want to talk about targets, and we can do that. Captain John Ragan's with us. I know he's got a full schedule today. And John, here's a thought. If you need more time to get through the class, we can continue it tomorrow. So let me know what your thoughts are. We'll be right back with Captain John Ragan. I'm Vincent Finelli. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
My name is Don Wiskin, and at 42 years old, I suffered a massive heart attack and was told I'd be on disability for the rest of my life. What did I do? I created Extendivite, a garlic and cayenne mix of 7 herbs which rebuilt my heart and gave me back my life. For over 17 years now, I have made this formula available to you so you don't have to suffer the same thing I did. Clean your blocked arteries and strengthen your heart and boost your natural immune system. I'm 60 years old now, and I still work every day. To get your Extendivite, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit heartdrop.com. Extendivite is only $69.95 for a 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
This hour brought to you by LibertyOnCall.org. Take back your independence, control, and make your own healthcare decisions. LibertyOnCall.org. Together, we are one.
Everyone all set? Cocked, locked, hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Captain John Ragan's with us. And during the break, I confirmed that John Ragan will be with us tomorrow for part 2. And I titled this Disturbing News 1 and Disturbing News 2 for tomorrow. And you're going to find out, well, some of it is disturbing and some of it is preparedness minded. Michael, let's see. Michael in New York, you're on with Captain John Ragan and me. Welcome.
Well, thank you, and good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Real quick, got a great target suggestion for everybody, especially who express their patriotism. Now, it's great Christmas presents, too.
Michael, you are not... I just have this mental image of a target you're thinking of. You're not going to say that, are you?
No, it's very patriotic. It's various posters are for targets where, it shows
Michael.
our honorable saint-like politicians like Obama, the Clintons, the Bushes.
Michael, stop. Don't say it. I put you on mute for just a second. Please, do not say things like that. I can tell where this might be going. So, some of us have dartboard visions in our mind with some of our, friends. I don't know how to say this, but don't talk about specific individuals that we would like to honor. Okay.
Picture them all camping and wolves, Now, these guys are just, honorable saint-like characters, and they're camping, but the wolves come after them. Now, you got to shoot those wolves so they don't get to our honorable saintly representative. And so, unfortunately, with the targets, you got to adjust your sights and everything. So, you may hit one of these saints, but that's just because you're practicing. You're just practicing. That's all. Vincent, I sent you an email Okay, it's titled USAF UFO. And share it with John. It's 1960 circa, okay, of a base. I'm not sure where it is. It's a top-down. Somebody's taking a shot from up in the air, but it's a close-up. You see some vintage or circa 1960s type jets with all the engineers around them and a lot of the personnel. And then you see two discs, one super large, one smaller, all in the same frame, the photo frame. And this is circa 1960s. You can see the vehicles, the jets. It's clearly from the 60s. And so somebody somebody got this great shot of these guys posing at whatever base this is with this technology that's clearly ultra top secret, highly advanced, and definitely old news for these guys in the know. Very old news.
Mm-hmm. John Ragan, have you seen anything like this? I have not. I mean, I have certainly seen the images of the saucers, if you will, that were allegedly in the possession of the German army during World War II. Have you seen anything like this?
Besides the Nazi saucers, I don't think I've seen anything confirmed that's more modern. But those Nazi saucers were not spacecraft; they were aircraft.
Well, I sent you guys, Vincent. I sent you that. You can pass it over to John. You can see it's clearly a 1960s era photo. And so these guys were well advanced even back then, which would validate the secret space program. And no question about it, these guys are probably living Star Trek. And by the way, John, I don't know if you're aware of this, but during the Civil War, or at the advent of the Civil War, early stages of the Civil War,
which war? Which war? The War of Northern Aggression?
Our American Civil War.
The War of Northern Aggression?
Yep. It's there's a lot to that war. I mean, trying to keep the Union together. If it wasn't together right now, we wouldn't be talking. Who knows where any of us would be? And the Constitutional Republic would be long gone by now. That's for sure. So there's a lot of facets to that. And but no question about it, an outside enemy was making their maneuvers to destroy the Republic any way they could, and a lot of people fell for it on both sides. But nonetheless, during that time frame, there were offers to inventors to whatever they had that could assist in getting a victory in the war on both sides, and that's how air balloons came about. Because aerial reconnaissance came about from the air balloons. However, there is the story that the inventor John Shealy came into Washington, D.C., floating on a platform. And he was, what are we going to do with that? Well, what the heck is that? That was the kind of supposed attitude they had. Like, we can't figure how can we use that? But they go with air balloons, which is not even close to, obviously, an anti-gravity technology of some kind. It was described as he came in floating on a platform. And so, no question about it, there's a lot of legend pertaining to even that time frame with advanced technologies by great inventors that carried right into the late 1800s with Tesla, early 1900s with Tesla and many others. And also, last real guys, at that same time frame, you not only had Marxism coming about, which is curious, communism was already establishing itself, sinking roots here in Europe during the 1860s, late 50s, but also Darwinism at the same time. You see how they're working? The Antichrist devils are operating? Because Darwinism, of course, is proposing there is no God. We all evolved from single cells, and our descendants are all monkeys. Now, I won't argue that a lot of politicians are clearly from that line of lineage genetically, but I know my ancestors aren't monkeys, and I know yours aren't either. But for sure, politicians probably are. But anyway, that's where Darwinism started at the same time with Marxism, not coincidence.
Yeah, that's another one of the dots. And this presentation was an hour and a half, And I probably spent at least another hour to hour and a half looking up some of those related dots. And like I say, it's fascinating. It opens up history in ways that we weren't taught in school, and you can start to see how they went and hid this. Then you have to overlay the science fiction writers of the age, including H.G. Wells, who was British intel. And they're probably telling us some of what was going on behind the scenes, and also using it so that if somebody actually saw something, they could discredit them by saying, oh, look, that's just science fiction. And they let things like, a few years later, you had from what I was talking about with the anti-grav, you had the Wright brothers have their success, and now you've got this technology lineage that has the airplanes to the jets to the rockets that we have our eyes on, while these people have been developing anti-grav, possibly time travel on this alternate technological path.
That's right. And also recall Jules Verne, who is from the mid-1800s era, and the Voyage to the Moon. I mean, what? So far ahead of his time. And also 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea with Captain Nemo in his Nautilus, a submarine. Way, way ahead. Or did he already know something that was already going on secretly? Attempts, people with advanced concepts pursuing these goals. I think, and I believe that's the case. Also, Journey to the Center of the Earth. That's also very interesting because the lot of legends about the Earth being hollow at the polar openings, Admiral Byrd, et cetera, the Hitler, the Nazis, New Schwabenland and Antarctica, on and on. So Jules Verne was also one of these guys that was revealing a lot, like Wells, in his own way.
And I was looking at Steve Quayle's website, and he's coming out with things like a 500-page book next month that coincidentally is going to be talking about things like the Nazis in Antarctica, and that ought to be quite interesting as well.
It all is, gentlemen, and I look forward now to letting you guys get back to hearing a good report on the economy with full employment coming back and everything just picking up and booming soon, and everything's looking good. So I'm looking forward to hearing all that good report.
Hey, thanks so much, Michael. We'll do it right now. Okay, we just finished it. Michael, thank you for calling in.
God bless, guys.
God bless. John Ragan, what's next?
Well, let me just see what I can fit in before the break hits here. I do have the link at the top of the resources again for the Hear the Watchman conference. And just remind people, if you have any interest on that, the prices go up after the first. So just want to remind you on that. Under A Tale of Two Droughts, it's pretty much the same. California's not getting any better. Texas has improved. We've gone from the beginning of October, where we had like 30% of the state that didn't have any problems, to now 90% of the state that doesn't have any problems. And less than 1% of the state has real drought. The rest is abnormally dry. We've got links for floods in the UK, the Rhine at a 40-year low, which is critical because that's used for transportation of goods, kind of like the Mississippi is here. Imagine if the Mississippi were running dry, what would happen to our commerce? And got a link for California. Rich people think that they don't have to conserve.
Yeah. John, when we come back, are you going to connect the dots between the Rhine running low and the flooding that has just hit Europe, just in time maybe to fix that problem? By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system. because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
ProPure water, the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. ProPure, the most trusted name in gravity water filtration systems. With the silver-infused Pro 1G 2.0 all-in-one water filter. Helps remove and reduce over 200 contaminants. Don't purchase just any filter claiming to be certified. Get the Pro 1G 2.0, the only gravity filter with NSF 42 certification. NSF, valued and recognized for independent certification worldwide. In addition, the Pro 1G 2.0 was independently tested to meet NSF 53 and P231 standards. ProPure, easy to assemble, easy to maintain, easy to clean filters. Purchase with confidence in quality, performance, and customer service. Take advantage of our biggest holiday 25% off sale going on now. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com or call 800-544-3533.
There are hundreds of silver products on the market today, but there's nothing like the astonishing health benefits of the multi-patented One Silver Solution. Boost your immune system at a great price with our Silver Solution Liquid, starting at $12.95 a bottle. Now available in regular and extra strength. That's half the price of the leading competitors. Call 844-USILVER for your free catalog, or go to OneSilverSolution.com. OneSilverSolution.com. There is only one Silver Solution.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Captain John Ragan's with us, and we've got a meetup tonight at Jimmy's Egg. Jimmy's Egg in Springfield. We take over the restaurant at 4:45 in the afternoon, and we stay until 8 o'clock. Sometimes we talk in the parking lot, it's later than 8 o'clock. But that's tonight at Jimmy's Egg. And if you'd like to have dinner with your instructors and fellow classmates, Jimmy's Egg, 4:45 to 8 tonight. Springfield, Missouri. Information's on the website, USAPREPARES.com. Silent Night is guest hosting for me tonight, and he'll be talking about alternative energy. Alternative energy and alternative fuels. That's tonight, absolutely free at Jimmy's Egg. John Ragan?
I've got so many dots to draw and connect. Let me just take one last side trip. In today's preparedness section, I've got a link for 2,000-year-old lanterns from China that if we could find a way of manufacturing something like this today, it would be great for preparers to have. They're called goose lamps. They're adjustable, and the way they're designed, it absorbs smoke and soot. So, no need to reinvent the wheel, or in this case, the lantern. I just found the article fascinating.
All right, and that's on your website, the Financial State of the Union.
Yeah, that's in the preparedness section. Lantern design lesson is what the link's called.
Okay. Kyle just joined us from Montana. Welcome, Kyle.
Good morning, Vince and John.
Good morning.
I know you guys are doing well. But I had a real quick thing, John. I don't know if you've looked at it or not, but if you want to know on aircraft, look up TR3B and watch the video there, and it will blow your mind. There's a bunch of them, but one of them in particular, somebody sit and watch this thing, and it's a great big tri-cornered aircraft, and this thing has kind of a glowing ball in the middle of it, and it sit there, and the guy was watching it, and all of a sudden this ball started to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then the aircraft vanishes. And so I don't know, about 6 months ago, I really was looking at this thing, and then one night I'm traveling out of town, and all of a sudden I see this great big craft with 3 lights on the corner, and it's not moving. I mean, at all. It's way bigger than a helicopter could be, or way bigger than, it's like a jetliner, but it's not moving. So I pulled over, and here is this great big old tri-sided, 3-sided craft that's sitting and stopped up in the air. And so anyway, it did not disappear. I didn't see the ball or anything like that, but it was not moving because I pulled over and was looking. But anyway, if you look up PR3B, you'll be amazed.
Okay, I've got it. It says PR3B, Bravo, YouTube. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, T as in Tom, TR3B.
Oh, T. Okay, TR, okay.
Okay,
all right.
But
TR3B.
Anyway, I'll let John get back to his thing. I just wanted to be able to, people look that up. It's mind-blowing.
Very good. Thank you very much, Kyle.
All right.
Okay, John.
There
is TR3B.
Yeah, there was an organization here in Dallas that used to bring in speakers, people along the lines of, Stan Deyo and Eric Danigan and other names you might not recognize. One of the presentations, I can't remember the guy's name right off, he's the one that does the Roswell rods, which it's apparently a life form that moves so fast we typically don't see it. You have to capture it on video. And he was showing, among other things, where he was out, I believe it was in New Mexico, and he had this video of one of those black helicopters that were commonly seen at the time, and while he was focused in on it, it morphed into a saucer.
Wow. I'm posting right now the TR3B as mentioned by USA Preparedness Instructor Kyle Harris just a few minutes ago. That'll be on the website in 2 minutes.
This is Sharon Hunt. Before using Heart and Body Extract, my energy level was very, very low. I could only walk a few feet and then would have to sit down. I was tired and lethargic. But after taking Heart and Body Extract, my energy level has improved greatly, and I can now walk longer distances without getting tired so fast. Thank you, Heart and Body Extract.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Ossick with Famous Footwear. Did you know that premature birth is the #1 killer of babies? That's why we support the March of Dimes in the fight against premature birth. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment programs, and outreach to help moms have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Learn how you can help save babies' lives at marchofdimes.org.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
If you or someone you care about loves outdoor adventure, then check out slingbow.com for some unique holiday gift ideas. That's slingbow.com, where we have some innovative new products for the archer, hunter, or bow fishing enthusiast in your family. Now through January, use the promo code HOLIDAY to get free shipping in the US or Canada. And from all of us at Slingbow Industries, have a safe, joyous, and peaceful holiday season.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit wavehomesolutions.com. That's wavehomesolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
As your body ages, there's a 10% decline in your ability to repair each passing decade after the age 28. By age 40, your ability to repair from demanding manual labor, exercise, or a stressful desk job has declined by 12%. By using One World Whey, you supercharge your body's ability to repair and eliminate inflammation. Our unique frequency-encoded whey protein, coupled with our high-quality whey, improves your cell's ability to make protein, which is to say, repair itself.
My name is Jonathan Wright, and I'm 40 years old. I recently went from a desk job to a manual labor job. Normally, I'm worn out. With energy-enhanced One World Whey, I now recover so quickly that I can perform very hard work all day long. I use energy-enhanced One World Whey for breakfast and lunch, and I experience less hunger throughout the day. I have a 30% increase in energy, and I just feel better. I plan to make energy-enhanced One World Whey a permanent part of my lifestyle.
Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld.com.
John Ragan's with us, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. Very quick detour. I can't help it. I was looking at this car collection. Porsche, top speed 210 miles an hour. Bugatti, top speed 253. Lamborghini, I don't know the top speed of that one. Ferrari, top speed 208. Chevrolet Camaro, SS 277. Mercedes-Benz, SLS. Let's see. Don't know the top speed of that. And the Aston Martin, top speed 220. So what is this car collection? Well, these are part of the fleet of the police department of Dubai. These are cops out of control. Absolutely out of control. John Ragan, back to you. Oh, there's a post on the website if you want to see him.
Well, I was looking at, this is the bigger picture from last week that I do have included in the resources for this week. And I just found out the first link there, Missile Mania, doesn't go directly to the article. It does pull up Steve Quayle's alerts section. If you go down to November 10th, it starts off proofs of concept for the LAX missiles. And this may offer some explanation of why they had to have the test so close to the coast that people could see it. I do believe that there were multiple reasons, including more education of the JADE software to look at the reaction of the people when they saw this, and I think it was pretty successful in instilling some fear in the people that did see it. And while I was working on finding that article, the book that I was referencing, it's going to be called Empire Beneath the Ice, subtitled How the Nazis Won World War II. So I say that's one that I may have to get. It sounds so interesting. In the rest of the section there, guilty, but what does it mean? They found the document that Hillary signed when she got her enhanced clearance for the sensitive compartmented information. And this is, I don't know if it's identical, but it's at least similar to what I signed back in 1986 when my security clearance was upgraded. And, that there is absolutely no doubt that she violated several laws in what she did. The question is Valerie Jarrett going to let Hillary be president or not? We know the FBI is working on it, but if our real president decides that she doesn't want this investigation to go on, it'll be shut down, which would probably mean we end up with who is president. But on the other hand, I understand Hillary and Valerie didn't get along too well together. So if Valerie doesn't want Hillary to be president, we'll know that sometime in the next few months too. In relation to what I started out the program with today, there's a link called It Works, and this is even before I listened to that session. It talks about NASA having these impossible test results. This electromagnetic EM drive, it works, but they don't know how it works. And my guess is that this may be a century-old bit of technology by now, but or at least now finally finding out about it in our day-to-day lives. We've got
John, as you say that, we know what electricity does, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I think that's correct.
And there was a lot of electromagnetism involved back there at the same time that these craft were being developed. And this was also the rich people of the day, which typically were involved in railroads, plays a big part of this too. And so it's very, very interesting. Moving on, China wins again. Our aluminum industry is in serious trouble. And they're saying that if prices don't recover, that almost all United States smelting plants will close by next year. And that kind of links into one of the links from this week, the first one under financial, aluminum down. And aluminum is used in so many products that has a statement on the rest of the economy. You think about transportation, aircraft, cars, trucks use large amounts of aluminum. And you might be able to factor in some of the beer and soft drink industry with the cans that, sales are down. And obviously if sales are down, they don't need to buy as many cans. And, we've already lost our lead industry. It looks like we're on the edge of losing aluminum. And, if you go to war, you kind of need to have these things. And you're not going to be able to, buy them from the people that you're going to war with. And if that's not bad enough, but next below that, new meaning for criminal government. Obama has now made it to where the federal government cannot ask people if they've been, convicted of a crime or not. And if that wasn't bad enough, and there's one in the bigger picture from today called Meet the New Government Workers, where, and I believe this is just the first round, Obama's releasing over 6,000 inmates, and many of these have been either were or have been converted to Islam while they were in prison. So now you get thousands of people that they can bring into the government. You can't ask if they're criminals. And once they're there, it's nearly impossible to get rid of a government worker. So short of a military coup, I don't see any way of preventing this. And once it's done, I don't see a way of undoing the damage that's getting ready to be done to the federal government. And after what just happened Friday, that combined with the refugees, which he's already brought 10,000 into the country, I'm thinking next year is not going to be too pretty by the time it finishes. And then on the lighter side of the news,
lighter.
Yeah, we're getting ready to have another summit in Paris, of all places, talking about climate change, which in the draft they are wanting to set up an international tribunal of climate justice, which, we would no longer have control over things. This tribunal would dictate to us what to do. And they're calling the conference COP21. Isn't that, nice, and that's starting at the end of the month. And this is one of those, shoes that we know is going to drop before the end of the year. We don't know what the final result is. It's possible that Congress might be able to keep that from totally taking effect. But if the election next year goes to the Democrats, you will not have energy independence, even if you're off the grid, because you're not going to be able to be totally off the grid, even if you produce your own electricity and water.
John, how would that work? Do we know at this point?
Well, it's part of the smart grid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so are you saying that if you have these spying appliances like the Vizio television that reports back on the internet what you watched, if you have a smart appliance like that, which we recommend boycotting, don't buy anything from Vizio, and if you can, stop shopping or reduce your purchases from the companies who sell Vizio TVs. You're talking about things like that, the Internet of Things, and the smart grid.
It's all connected, and some of the things, and I haven't included the links because there's been so many other things that are even crazier. Places like Colorado and Florida are making it to where you absolutely cannot live off the grid. You can't live on your land unless you've got smart meters, and not just on your electricity, but also on your water, even if you have a well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was wondering how long it would take for Mike Parsons to call in after hearing about prisoners being released, and it didn't take long. As a matter of fact, he's been on hold for just about 3 minutes. When we come back right after this break, Mike Parsons, I'm sure, has some comments about prisons and prisoners and who is in prison and the release of some of those prisoners. John Ragan's with us. I'm Vin Finelli. This is USAPrepares.com. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI armor.com. Come and take it.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Captain John Ragan's with us. I'm Vincent Finelli, and joining us via telephone is Mike Parsons. Mike, do you have us on speed dial?
I should, but greetings all. I just wanted to share some data with you. Most people don't realize that there's over 4,751,000 Americans on parole from federal prisons right now. 4,751,000. There are almost 2.5 million incarcerated right now, 2.5 million. And of that, you're looking at 6,100 being released early, nonviolent drug offenders, mostly Hispanic and African Americans who were caught trafficking drugs, which meant they were in direct competition with the real drug kingpins, the USA.
And you mean corporate USA, right?
Exactly. So the people that are getting out, they're not mass murderers. The violent people are not getting out. And realize there are state crimes for violence. And many of these people never go to federal prison because they're not federal crimes. You have to do something bad to a government goon before the feds even care. So the rank and file person that, kills his neighbor or, robs a store, they go to the state prisons. They don't go to the federal prisons. The federal prisons are for, by and large, people that are committing offenses against the corporate government, i.e. trafficking in drugs, not paying the tax extortion money, and things like that. And, you go through your life and you try to do the right things, and you find out that everybody out there is trying to do the right things for the most part, and invariably you're going to run afoul of one of these statutes that you knew nothing about. And then you'll run into people who, otherwise good people, end up in federal prison for nothing other than not playing by their rules. And, of course, one of the spokespeople, one of the instructors Friday spoke about how he was able to get out from underneath the court system. But the one thing I wished he would talk about is the fact that without that Social Security number, they really don't want him because they can't extract money from a bond that doesn't exist. And I respect the man. I understand, the reason that he says they let him out, but I believe it's because at the end of the day, he would have cost them money.
Yeah, he has admitted that. You're talking about Silent Night, and Silent Night will be guest hosting for me tonight at the meetup at Jimmy's Egg. So if you'd like to meet Silent Night, you're certainly invited to do so.
And let me reveal another myth to you. All these people that are joining up with the Islamic churches in the prisons, do you know why? It's because they get better food. If you're part of the Islamic church in the prisons, you can do the halal, which is it's a religious food, so you actually get real food. Whereas if you claim you're Joe Blow Southern Baptist, you get the slop everybody else gets. So, yeah, there's a lot of people that convert for nothing other than necessity to survive. But at the end of the day, when they get out of prison, are they going to the local temple or whatever Islamic faith service? No, not at all.
Mike, some may be wondering why you're saying these things. You have direct experience. You were there.
Yeah, I was there and I saw it. I went to I went to every service that there was because I wanted to see just how big of a fraud the system was. And by and large, virtually every service is scripted and it's controlled, and it's all about teaching people via the brainwashing to submit to the government and to the authorities. That somehow or another, regardless of your case, you're wrong, they're right, and it's brainwashing. And across the board, 100%, it's nothing but brainwashing to condition people to submit to a corporate government. And when
Mike
you come
Parsons,
at them with real truth and real information, they don't like that.
Mike Parsons, thanks so much for calling in. And we'll need to do a broadcast on prison, what it's like as a prisoner. You are quite expert in knowing that. So we can talk off the air about that and get you scheduled for giving us a lesson on what it's like to be a prisoner and what you need to know and what you need to do. Captain John Ragan, thank you so much for being with us today. Meet up tonight, class. And Captain John Ragan will be with us for part 2 tomorrow. Class, above all, honesty and integrity. What happens next? By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Leave it alone. It'll come back around. Does that sound familiar? Most financial professionals are telling their clients that very thing. Don't panic. The stock market goes up. The stock market goes down. The real question you should be asking your financial professional is, do I have an exit strategy so I don't see a repeat of 2008? Look, friends, right now there are rumors circulating by many economists and self-proclaimed financial gurus that something significant could happen in September. I feel it's incumbent to warn you and help you at the same time. My friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute have a free report on how you can have an exit strategy. It's called How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your Savings, Retirement, 401ks, IRAs, and Income. Don't hesitate. Don't wait for another 2008. Call right now, 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929 for that free report, How to Survive an Upcoming Economic Collapse.